Hi, it's Jo here from One of Many. And one of the things I've noticed is that because we do train a lot of coaches, people who are self-employed professionals, a lot of people start to think that maybe our tools, specifically the women's power types, are only useful in a certain context, like when you're running your own business or something. And I wanted to say today that that is completely not the case. In fact, the overwhelming majority of our clients inside of the training arm of One of Many, as well as the overwhelming majority of the clients of our certified coaches, are actually employed either in small business or employed in larger corporate organizations. And a lot of the drive of the expansion that our coaches are doing are taking these tools into the corporate world because they are so powerful. So much leadership training in this day and age, I think, focuses on leadership skills. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely believe that there is space for that. In fact, I just came back from a couple of days with my own coach where we did work on a couple of key and distinctive leadership skills which I needed to elevate my own leadership. So there's room for skills, absolutely. But one of the things that our coaches do and that we do inside of One of Many is really support people in how they're being as leaders and helping them to shift how they show up. It's the difference between someone who walks into the conference room and is all, their main focus is on themselves or on making sure everyone's got a cup of tea or what have you, versus the woman who walks in her queen energy, ready to paint out a vision for the future, ready to rally everybody to the cause and to inspire and mobilize change. This is something that happens in the body. It's a way of being. And so much leadership training out there misses that piece. And this, I think, is the importance of great coaching and a great tool belt for being able to show up in the right way. That's why we work so powerfully with 5 women's power types, because a lot of us just need a shorthand for what kind of way do we need to show up for any given conversation. Do we need to show up in a way that we have to paint out a vision for our team and enroll them in that and get them to, rally around and bring their best? In which case we want to show up in queen. Do we need to show up? Is our team at their wits' end, on the edge of burnout? Is everyone exhausted from doing a massive project? In which case we need to show up with love and gratitude and encouragement to say, job well done. Everybody, it's time to take care of ourselves. We need to bring mother power type. Do we need to show up in a way, do we look at your team looking at a situation which seems impossible to actually pull off, but somewhere in your heart of heart, it's possible. Something magical is going to happen. You don't know how, but you just know it to be true. Do you need to inspire faith in your team that it's going to be okay? Somehow it's going to be okay. Maybe you need to then bring a little bit of what we call sorceress. So it depends what it is that you need to bring out of your team as to which of the 5 women's power types is most relevant to bring. But you can see that by having them as a living vocabulary in your body allows you to show up in a powerful way and communicate from that place to elicit the right and the most powerful response in your team. This is what we've seen with so many of our graduates. I'm thinking at this stage of Carol Cooper Chapman, who is one of our Lead the Change graduates, one of our coaches. She's also now one of our certified coaches, who took this work into a workshop that she was facilitating at NATO, working with, high-level generals right through to foot soldiers, doing an amazing facilitation. She brought her queen energy and she brought a bit of lover energy to get people engaging. Not about flirting or any of that kind of nonsense, but just a little bit of fun and vivacity to get people engaging with the work. I'm also thinking of one of our coaches who worked with an HR manager inside of a very masculine culture in a big global manufacturing firm. And with the work she was able to do with that one woman, that woman's now been asked to roll out a program across the entire company. So this stuff has a huge impact in many different organizations, because what it does is gives women a vocabulary for how to show up and be with each other in a really powerful way, not in the old superwoman, ball breaking, bitch, victim or martyr kind of way. Let me know how that's landing with you. Can you see how leadership is way more than just a skills base? Great leadership actually comes from a way of being. And can you see that how having a vocabulary for that might make a difference? Where have you noticed in the past perhaps that you've shown up and not been as empowered a leader as you could have been? If this makes sense to you, you might like to share the video with someone that you care about. We'd love to get the message out there. And if you want to hear more from us, all you got to do is hit like on the video or come on over to the website and check us out. But get out there and embody your leadership, because that's the way we can really make the world look like we want it to be looking.